traders and investors alike were green today. What another awesome day in the stock markets. Powell, FOMC, the actual statement, the pre-written statement actually sounded fairly dovish. Powell come out and was, they really plan on staying the course on inflation. Thinks the banks are safe. He actually said all depositors' savings are safe. He said all depositor savings are safe. He said they were prepared to use all tools to keep bank systems safe. I don't know if FDIC, if something's been changed up there, because he did say all depositors, not just within certain limits. So he may plan, they may have a plan there that we don't know about. Talking about the activity in the housing market remains weak. The strength of the recent inflation readings show that pressure continues to run high, which we all know that. He talked about disinflation a little bit. He did say that participants don't see a rate cut this year, and the market's expecting to finish this year out doing rate cuts and trying to bring it back down. And Powell is trying to warn everybody that that's not going to happen. He did say that he said we do see a path to a soft landing, so he did say that again. Talked a lot about being data dependent, from meeting to meeting, and they are prepared to continue raising rates if needed. So, I know we're looking for that. We're looking for that pause or that rate cut, but most likely we're not going to see it. We did get the 0.25 today. The market tried to push it first, but we ended up pulling back. A big sell today at the end of the day. So, it is what it is. See what kind of action we get, and let's get going through the charts, and we'll talk more about stuff as we go through the charts. We had a lot of strong names. There's still a lot of opportunities today. So you can see NASDAQ. This is the oscillators. So the NASDAQ is back down here in the bearish zone at the 129. So coming off 40 this morning. And the New York Stock Exchange is right here at 104, so they are heading back into the bearish zone, but not surprised with that flow coming in today with the bearish move down today. So SPX on the weekly, we're giving back this candle. Obviously, we're still up on the week, but it's pulling back quickly, turning into a shooting star there fast. SPX. Big down candle today. You can see breath pull back today. We'll talk more about that when we get to that actual chart. Breath down. You see interest rates, or yields pull back. That's letting us know that rates are pulling back, and that's because bonds, spiked today. The dollar, we were watching it today. Big move down here. VIX tried to give us a big move down and was able to recover. Have a nice hammer down here. A pin bar right at the 20. The daily 20 was able to close over top of it. See what we can get tomorrow, but definitely got a nice candle there today. A reversal signal. We could see some move, some upside. So here's crude. We were expecting a move up on crude. We don't know how big of a move we're going to get, but we are above this daily 9 now. We closed above the daily 9, so see where we open up tomorrow. Maybe we can get back up in here to at least retest that trend line. Apple pulled back today. You can see we were up big. Bears come back in. With all the drama that happened, the bears come back in and pulled the market back down, pulled Apple back down. Pulled a lot of stuff back down, and you can see it right here. It's mainly come right in right at the end of the day, that big move down. You can see gold. So gold opened up and did move lower, pretty much right to your daily 9, and then tried to push today. Could have been a little bit of a flight to safety there. SPX, you can see, this is our advanced decline lines. You can see we were above on all of them. At the end of the night, we had already crossed on the SPX, so we were above the 9 on the SPX for 2 days. It's still holding in a little bit stronger here, and that's because of the bigger cap tech names that's within the S&P 500. But you can see it's still above the 9 when everybody else broke back below, barely, just not really pretty there. AMC. gapped up on GME's earnings, pulled back. We had that on the radar today. At least one of our traders, including myself, traded GME today. So you can see AMC here. You can see the move down. You can see the nice gap up. Strong move in pre-market just to sell it right off at open. AMD, once again, you can see the move down there at the end of the day. AMD was strong today. A lot of these stocks had big runs to the upside. A lot of the stocks that we watch, really big moves to the upside with a lot of opportunities. Amazon moving lower. ARC, big bearish engulfing candle there today. See what we get tomorrow. And ARC, we're so close to your 9 down here that I want to see it below that 9. I need to see that candle gap down below or open up and move below that 9. Just too close. Abbey pulling back today as well with the markets. Remember, we had this bearish volume over here. That could have been a sign that a pullback's coming. AMD's been super strong. It did give back quite a bit of it today. Flattening, waiting on that 9 to catch up on the daily. You can see here, still trading with a bullish Harami. And inside bar, bullish inside bar. Affirm back below your daily 9 there. You see a huge move down here at the end of the day on Affirm. Amazon, huge move down at the end of the day. So we'll just have to see where we open up tomorrow. There's definitely some opportunities here. Amazon, you got a doji there on the weekly. Apple looks decent on the weekly. It's giving back some of it. Still a decent move up this week. Still holding a really decent move there. Boeing's down here. You can draw this trend line through here. You break through that trend line, look for a move down. Pretty strong candle, bearish candle there as well. So we have Bitcoin weekly trading with a bearish Harami, bearish inside candle right now. You can see the move back down to the 9 on the daily. Boeing intraday, you can see a big move down at open. We was able to capitalize on that, and then a big move down right here at the end of the day. Some chop in midday though. Look where City closed. City closed below these candles, pretty much below the wicks. Got this one wick hanging out down here, but looking for more downside here on Citibank. Chewy trying to recover. Chewy had earnings. Looked like it had gapped down. Well, I know it moved lower after the initial report. Looks like it's trying to recover some of that now. CVX, big bearish engulfing candle there. And you can see the intraday move down at the end of the day. ChargePoint had a nice push today. The last 2 days had a nice push. Pushed up to that 20 and pulled back. Still closed on with a doji, but still closed on the high of the candle. Or I'm sorry, it closed on the high. The high was the close was higher than the open. So you can see Chewy here, good move down today, followed by the move down in after hours due to earnings, but we can see that it is trying to recover some of it. See where it is at open tomorrow. Dark cloud cover here on coin. You can see this candle here, dark cloud cover. We've talked about this before. It's a 2-candle pattern. Your second candle, strong bullish candle, only found into an uptrend. That's your first candle. Your second candle, we're looking for a gap up, which we got a small gap up here. And then we want to see the gap up confirms the bullishness and it starts to push. And then you can tell the conviction changing when the bears take the candle back and then turn it from green back to red and pull it down. And you want to cover at least 50% of your first candle with your second candle, preferably 67%, 3/4 of or 2/3 of the candle. How to trade this is you're looking for a candle to open up below or open up and move below your last close. And we can easily see a move down to that 9 if the market agrees. Depending on what Bitcoin does, we could easily see a move down to the 9 on coin. XLP pulling back in there. Pretty ugly. Right on, got a lot of moving averages there. DraftKings is a dark cloud cover there as well. So it's a pretty bearish signal. Lily, so we had this double bottom we broke out of. It's right into this resistance. You can see it's got to clear this 50 daily and this resistance level there. Nice double bottom though. XLE, down candle today. FRC, banks struggling. There was another decline today. So basically, some news come out today, and they were just saying that still unable to find a buyer. So a lot of issues there. A lot of issues. Google, nice push up here right into resistance. Trying to move lower today. Ugly candle today, but Google's been strong today for a while. GME earnings beat, nice gap up here, and they sold it. Nice move down. That provided some opportunities for the group, provided some nice trades. GE got this tabletop up here, lost a 9. See what happens with that 20 there. It's been a strong stock. I don't like shorting strong stocks. I don't short puts, but I don't short shares. IWM, big move down. Intel, nice push here. And then we got it's morning or evening starish. It's not textbook, but you can see the initial gap down. It's nothing textbook about it, but you can see the gap down, the whole change in character right there in that candle, and a nice move lower. We got a nice play to the upside, and there was a really good sell signal there. Q's moving lower here. We could easily come back down and retest that 9 on the Q's. Q's have definitely been stronger, but you can see this, big move down at the end of the day. The Q's weekly trying to stay above out of this area. If we can close out of this area, see how we finish this week out. We got to stay above these candles right in this area. We need to close up here. Lemonade, need to pull this one off. Flagging back up into the 9 and rejected today. Moderna, we've lost a 9 there. Probably see a move down to that 20 depending on how the market opens up tomorrow. Market could open up and push. They could digest everything and look inside and push tomorrow. We really don't know because we've had so many different reactions after these FOMC meetings. We don't know what we're going to get tomorrow. Macy's, big down candle. I like where this candle closed, right at or below the previous candles in wicks. In this case, we're a little below, but that's exactly what I look for. You can look for more downside there. You can see Mara here, rejected right at the 200. Pretty ugly down candle there as well. Merck, bearish. It just doesn't want to break apart easily. Meta's another one that's been strong, trending up, but you can see the last few days we've been closing on the low of the candles or closing below the opening of the candle. So red candles is just showing a sign of weakness, getting a bunch of them up there. Big move down here. End of the day, just everything did the same thing. We snatched back on everybody. You got MU here, very bearish. You can see the spinning top doji and then a shooting star here. You can tell a whole change in character. Microsoft's kind of cup and handle. It's just not perfect. Is this forming a handle? Will we bounce off the 9? That's another stock that's been a little bit stronger here lately. You can see Microsoft intraday. We closed on the lows of the day. So of course, we closed on the low of the day on quite a few stocks, but just not the best sign. You can see the bearish harami right now, but that candle's not finished forming. NVIDIA, these candles are getting really tight up here. It wants to push, keeps getting very bullish flow, and even tight action there yesterday. You can see the big move down here at the end of the day. NVIDIA still got a very, very decent weekly chart there. It is trying to pull back though. NASDAQ pulled right back into a previous level of support there. Can that hold? Netflix, ugly down candle there. We can expect follow through on that. Palantir, bearish below that 200, not interested above that 200. Not to go short on it. If it takes the top of the candle line, the top of the green and red candle out, then I'd be interested in going long if it moves up above these candles. Pendleton here, kind of got a stick sandwich. It's not quite because this range is a center candle, but kind of very bearish stick sandwiches there. Plug, we're bear flagging back up into that 9. Draw your line. Watch where tomorrow's candle opens, or to see if it'll push out through. You draw your line on your flag, and you want to see tomorrow's candle gap down below and push, or open up and push outside of the flag. Q's monthly still looks decent, much better than the SPY monthly. Roblex down candle today, closed below that daily 9. Roku, down candle today, very dark cloud coverage there as well. SPX, strong, not quite a bearish engulfing candle, but very, very bearish candle there today. Definitely looking, could expect to see some follow through off that candle. It all depends on where we open at in the morning. See where we open and see what kind of candle we have. The diamond on the weekly, trying to move lower here as well. Still up a little bit on the week. SPY still up barely, but barely. Still green on the week, but barely. You can see huge down candle here. Huge. Just that's an ugly candle. It really is. Got this trend line back down here. I don't know if it'll offer any support there or not, but it's worth keeping an eye on. You got the SPY. This is the SPY's monthly compared to the Qs. It looks very bearish compared to the Qs. Qs are still healthier. And we just looked at the SPY. You can see the SPY is breaking back into the megaphone or descending broadening channel. Big intraday move down. Square, ugly bearish candle here today as well. Back below your daily moving averages. Looking for follow through on that. Ugly move down on Tesla at the end of the day. XLK trading in this little cup, just like the Q, or just like Microsoft. Looks a lot like Microsoft because Microsoft's a big holding here, trying to push up. But today's candle, like I say, they could change their mind and run the market up tomorrow. Market's very finicky after them FOMC numbers. Tesla. This is Tesla's weekly, trying to push back up after breaking down now that little rounded top. Tesla daily, still, dark cloud cover there as well, still above the daily moving averages. SMH, so SMH is trying to come back in. You can see fail here at a previous support level, which is now resistance. We're below it. You can see it had a strong move today and give it back. Semis at one point were very strong. XLF to banks. Banks are still struggling here. Would like to see some more news come out. Would like to see somebody step in and pick up FRC. We'll see. Big bearish candle there on the banks. We do have some support down here. You can see the wicks. So, at these candles here, just basically this previous low, there's some support there. So we can get a follow through off this candle, but your target would be the bottom of those candles. ExxonMobil, ugly candle there today as well. As long as we're above that 9, I'm not interested in trading it. TLT, nice push here today. So they come after bonds. Like I say, I think that was more of a flight to safety, but they definitely come after bonds today. IWM, below the daily 200, I'm sorry, the weekly 200 now for the second week in a row. Obviously, this candle is still trading, so it's not closed yet. And you can see IWM on the daily here, huge move down. We didn't even get the strong push up like we did on the SPY, and especially some of these individual names like Apple and AMD, very strong today compared to this, even though we did move lower on those names and close weak. But the banks and everything just drug IWM down. So I hope we find this helpful. We'll see you in the trading room. And please remember, discipline is the key to your success in trading. Have a great night, and I'll see you in the trading room.